Hi there, it's Jacqueline here from Blissful Love and Light. I hope that everyone is doing well. Happy Sunday. I haven't posted a video in about a week, and I apologize for that. I've had a lot going on here, and so I want to take a few minutes and just kind of explain what's been going on. So, I think in my last video I mentioned that I was on a podcast, and so the podcast ended up going very, very well. And a couple days, actually about a week, well, actually that same day I got a call telling me that the podcast had gone very well and that they wanted me to um, to do a series with a celebrity host, but they're and they wanted me to do billboards and commercials and this and that and the other thing, and I was just like, holy cow, me, like me of all people. I'm just like, oh my god, like this was just like, this was too much for me. um and my mind was just like racing like 1,000 miles a minute, and I was just like, this cannot be happening to me. And but there were some upfront costs that I just couldn't afford at this time. So I had to decline their offer. Well, they knew how upset I was that I couldn't do that, and so I got a call exactly a week later from them, and um, they told me that they were willing to work with me, and that they would have me do one show with a celebrity host. And this celebrity host is called Steve Harper. And I would do one video Zoom podcast with him, and also it would come with a podcast commercial, and also they would promote me as well. And so the promotion and the podcast and the commercial would all air on their podcast for a year. And I was just like, wow, this is just, I couldn't believe that they were willing to work with me. And I'm just still very I'm just it's still sinking in, and even though this was 5 days ago already, I'm super grateful. And yeah, I'm just super grateful, and I can't express my gratitude enough. And so on April 11th at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I'm going to be on the Professional Podcast Network with Steve Harper. And for those of you that don't know Steve Harper, he helped Teresa Caputo become who she is today. And Teresa Caputo is a famous medium. And just to know that I could potentially, you know, become, and I don't want to jump ahead, but thinking that Steve Harper could potentially help me, in my journey, and just get a little more recognized is just more than I could ever ask for or ever imagine. And I just don't even have the words. And I'm not often speechless, but I am still speechless right now. And when I have the words, when I have more to say about it, I will come on here and I will say more about it. But I just can't say enough how grateful I am for this opportunity. And I also have another business opportunity brewing. I'm not really going to say much more about it, but a possible affiliate wants to work with me. And so I'm just super grateful about that. So I'm just kind of putting that together as well. I'm trying to put that deal together, and I'm grateful for that as well. I'm just accepting everything that comes to me, and I'm just grateful for everything. And so I just can't say enough how grateful I am for everyone who's supporting me, everyone's support, and for everyone that watches these videos and my subscribers. Thank you. Zeus is right here. I'm looking down at Zeus. He wasn't in the video, but he was almost in the video. Zeus is my dog, for anyone that doesn't know that. So yeah, and so for anyone that doesn't know, I'm not very technical. So my website is through GoDaddy, right? So yesterday, I think I must have it must have been my all-time record. I think I spoke with 8 different representatives yesterday. And so there's a point of all this. So when last Sunday, I was having some issues with my website, and I think I spoke to maybe 3 representatives last Sunday on GoDaddy. And one of the representatives asked me why I have a .life. And so if you saw one of my prior videos, I explained why I have the spiritual-healer.life. And so I explained it to him, and then he told me that a .life doesn't really rank as high on Google. So he suggested that I buy a .com. So I bought a domain called thespiritual-healer.com. And then yesterday I was like, well, I don't really like that one. And so anyone that clicks on that one, it forwards to my regular website. And then I said, why don't I just get blissfulloveandlight.com? And because that's the name of my business. And so basically the reason why I have spiritual-healer.life originally is because my trade name is spiritual-healer. And I decided that I want to go by my LLC, Blissful Love and Light, because I like that name so much better. And I came up with the trade name Spiritual-Healer because I don't know why. A trade name is like a fictitious business name, and sometimes people they go by a different name to do business. And so I set it up with the county of Morris County, and I submitted it to the state of New Jersey, but I'm still registered as Blissful Love and Light LLC. So it's not, and I'm still registered with the IRS as Blissful Love and Light LLC. So I didn't really like change anything. So they're really, and some of you might know, I'm an accountant. I was an accountant. So this is like my wheelhouse too. So there are no tax implications on my going by my LLC name. So I just decided that I want to go by my LLC name because I really like the business name that I came up with. And if you watch one of my first 2 videos, I think it's the second video, the part 2, I explain the significance of my business name. And for anyone that's already seen that video, I don't want to explain it again. So I created a blissfulloveandlight.com. So for anyone that clicks on the spiritual-healer.life, it's going to forward you to blissfulloveandlight.com. So that website still exists. And then I have another website, as I just mentioned, called the spiritual-healer.com. So if you click on either of those 2 websites, it forwards you to blissfulloveandlight.com. And So the cool thing about that is, so when I search for my business name now, I come up as a Google profile. I come up on Yelp. I come up on YouTube. I come up on Pinterest, and I come up. My website comes up, and then somehow I guess I have a Yelp ad running, and I come up on Giftly. I tried to claim the Giftly account, but it's saying that the page doesn't exist, so I'm trying to get that figured out. But as I mentioned a couple times, I'm not very technical, so I tried contacting them. So we'll see what happens with that. But anyway, so the next thing I wanted to discuss, I've mentioned a couple times the threefold law. So I really want to explain what that's about, because a lot of great things, as I've mentioned, have happened to me, and something really cool happened to me the other day. So the threefold law basically states, or not like this is not the exact wording, but this is like this is basically the gist of it. So anything that you do, good or bad, basically comes back to you three times. So it could be 3 times. So if you do something good, something good will come back to you 3 times good, like three times good. Or if you do something that's bad, something bad will happen to you 3 times. Now, it could be in ripples, it could be in waves, or it could be like slam dunk, like 3 bad things could happen to you in a row, or 3 good things could happen to you in a row. So I think what I'm seeing right now is that I think there's a lot of really good karma happening to me right now, and I'm just so this is my thinking, like maybe like the threefold law is in effect for me right now, for good deeds done. And also when I was in the highway the other day, I saw all this ice on my car, and I'm like, oh my God, driving on the highway with ice is very dangerous. So, and people drive like maniacs in the highway. And so I pulled over in the shoulder, and Zeus is in the car. And whenever I, go and park, and, Zeus thinks he's getting out of the car. So Zeus gets up, and I always strap Zeus into a seatbelt, but Zeus gets up and he thinks he's getting out. And I'm like, no, Zeus, you have to stay here. And so I'm getting out of the car, and next thing I see behind me is one of those like Geico trucks. And the Geico truck like has, the flashing lights on so that, so that people know, move over because there's a car pulled over here. And I just couldn't believe like that this Geico truck just came absolutely out of nowhere. I'm just like, where did this Geico truck come from? And so I got out of the car, and I looked at him for a minute. I acknowledged him, and then and then I went and removed all the ice from my car, and then I gave him a little wave and thanked him, and then he gave me a thumbs up, and then of course it was like rush hour, so I had trouble getting into the lane, so he kind of like just like cut a car off and I guess he can do that because he's the Geico truck, and then I was able to get back on the highway. So excuse me for one moment, Zeus wants to go on the balcony. Hold on. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm back. So then I was able to go on my merry way with Zeus. And that was it. So I just thought that was really cool because I didn't even see him. Like I didn't even see him pull up behind me. And the next thing I know, like I get out of the car and he's there. So I thought that was really cool. So I'm getting in about 15 minutes. I do want to do an Oracle card pull from this deck. I've never done a Oracle card pull from this deck. So I'll post another video in a few minutes and I'll pull a card from this deck for anyone that needs guidance today. So I will be back in a few minutes. Thank you for watching. Love and light, Jacqueline.